Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's project, we're going to fix an annoying leaky faucet. Let's get started. Alright guys, before we get started today, I want to let you know that, like I told you in the last video, only about 10% of you who watch my channel are subscribed. What's the problem? Hit that subscribe button. Now here's the thing about faucets. They're very handy. You get water from them. But when they leak and they drip, they can be extremely annoying. Especially when they're in a shower. Because the shower head is up high and the water has a long way to go before it hits the bottom of the shower. And it makes a much louder noise. So that's what we're going to do today. I have a faucet in my shower that has a leak. The valves that turn the hot and cold water on and off have seen better days. They're old and they leak and they allow water to come out the shower head. And it's just a drip every once in a while, but it's enough to annoy me. So we're going to fix that. This one's going to be a quick one, but I just want to show you guys how to do this. So it's time for you to join me in my shower. Total dad joke, I know. So here is the offending shower faucet. I'm pretty sure the one that's leaking is the hot, because when the water comes out of the shower head, a drop at a time, it's warm. So, but I'm going to repair both of them. All right, so faucets are all made different. This is kind of a standard faucet. Yours may be different. If you decide to try to repair yours, you may find out the inside is different where the washers go. Mine has rubber washers in them that seal against a seat, keeps the water from coming out. That rubber washer is worn out. It's gotten hard and brittle. It's worn out and lets water leak past it. So yours may be different. I would recommend before you go buy parts that you take yours apart and figure out what parts you need first before you buy anything, because some of these actually have complete cartridges that you just take out and put a new one back in. But this particular one has washers in it. And I got my kit from Lowe's. It was like $7 for a box of rubber washers and various parts to repair faucets with. And so it is a universal kit, but it does have the correct parts I need in it. It was like $7, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how this comes apart, take it all apart, and then we'll move to a spot with more light so we can see what we're doing. Now the first thing we need to do is get these handles off, and these come off by popping this little piece out of the end here, just like that. Keep in mind, one has hot, one has cold. Hot is most always on the left. If it's been plumbed incorrectly, it could be backwards, but hot is generally on the left. So we got to pop these pieces out. Now before I forget, one thing you definitely do not want to forget to do is turn your water off, because if you don't, you're going to get a nice surprise whenever you take these loose. So you've been forewarned. Alright, so we're going to take these screws out of these handles. Take the handles off. And I'm going to put the cap back on each one of them to keep the screw from falling out. Here again, faucets differ in how they come apart. but mine has these little white clips in here. There's actually a white clip and a black clip. And this black clip is in there to keep this packing from being screwed out whenever you loosen the handle. So this locks all that in. And this regular socket will fit on here. Just have to kind of push it in there. There's going to be some water come out of the packing nut as you take it out. There we go, there's one down. As you can see, there's a rubber seal on the end of it. That's the offending part that is causing the leak. So I'm going to thread this back in there to keep that cover from wanting to come off. So I'm just going to get this the rest of the way off. Alright. Take the other one off. And this piece is probably just going to fall, so I'm just going to lay it in the bottom. Alright, so I got you guys in here in a little better light so we can see what we're doing. Now this first one already came most of the way out. So what you have is you have a seal here that keeps water from leaking out the front of the faucet. And you have a seal here that seals against a seat in the faucet, and this keeps the water from coming out. And if you do have a problem getting them off, you can take one of your handles and screw it back onto the packing, and this will give you a handle to hold on to while you try to get this screw off the front of it. They can be tight. Once you get that off, there's your little seal. Just sits down in a brass holder right there. Now these also have a seal that seals along the outside. My kit did not come with that seal, so I'm not going to replace it. But mine was not leaking anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. I already looked through my kit and found what I think is the correct seal. This is the old one, this is the new one. So we're going to go with that. Sit that right back down on top. Fits in there nicely. Screw it back on. Alright. Now let's do this one. This one came off, so I didn't have to put the handle on it. Pull out the old seal. Alright, we're ready to put it back together. Alright, here we are back in the shower. Ready to put this back together. And one thing you want to make sure you do when you put these packings back in, make sure the shower handle, where the handle attaches, is screwed all the way out as if you're turning the water on. Because if you don't, what will happen is, if it's as if it's in the off position, tightened up, this will be sticking out too far, and it won't let this seal here seal against the outside of the faucet, and it'll leak. And it may even damage your gasket or your O-ring that you just replaced. So I've got mine screwed all the way in. Started. Just my socket to tighten that back down. Next is the little retainers that keep the packing from spinning out. And these do go on a certain way. So look when you're taking them off so that you know how they go back on. I think I said that right. You'll know if you don't get it right because the little white ring won't fit, which that one does. The white ring is just a retainer to keep that from falling out, keep that in place. Alright, on to the handles. Now these can be kind of hard to deal with. As you can see, you got a hole down inside there that this has got to go in, but your screw, you have to pretty much drop it in there to get it in the hole. That's where a good magnetic screwdriver comes in handy. There, right in there. And last but not least are your covers for your handles. Don't forget, hot goes on the left, cold goes on the right. Alright, let's turn the water back on and see what we got. So far so good, no leaks. There's the hot water. There's the cold water. We're all good. Thank you guys for joining me today. We got a successful repair of the faucet. No more leaks, no more annoyance. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to my channel and you're watching right now, you have to subscribe or you're going to miss out. See you guys.